Before watching the video, don't forget to subscribe the channel and enable bell notification to never miss an update from us.
Hello everyone, this is Jyotsna Tiwari and welcome to today's daily current affairs session where we will discuss each and important points regarding your upcoming exam. Okay guys, so here we will discuss all type of questions, all type of possible question, possible news which will make the new questions in your upcoming exams. Okay guys, so don't waste the time and let's have a look. Here is the first news of today's session, but before starting this session, let me change my pen color, then we will discuss each and everything in details. Okay guys, so here is the first news of today's session and the news is that Ministry of Ayush signed MOU with Ministry of Women and Child Development. Okay, so here you can see that we talk about the Ministry of Ayush who signed recently an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding, with Ministry of Women and Child Development. Now let's have discuss some key points regarding this news. So here you can see that the Ministry of Ayush signed an MOU with the Ministry of Women and Child Development in New Delhi to control malnutrition. It's aim to control malnutrition as a part of the nutrition campaign. What is the main characteristics? Let's have a look. The MOU aims to time-tested and scientifically proves Ayush-based solution being adopted to control malnutrition in the country. It aims to tackle the problem of malnutrition among mothers and the children in the country. The MOU will enable to integration of Ayush through the principles of practice of Ayurveda, Yoga, Ayush system to control nutrition campaign and malnutrition. The cooperation will carry out these activities. Now let's have look. Here you can see the at Anganwadi Center. So what was the new things in the Anganwadi Center? So here you can see visit of Ayush Task Force and at Anganwadi Center once a month with Anganwadi workers in coordination with the State Health Authority WCD Department, means Women and Child Development Department. If we talk about yoga program, so here you can see that generate baseline data on the nutritional status of the target population. Okay guys, so here we have discussed each and everything in details. Now let's have discussed that which type of question will rise on our exam. So here is first question which will definitely rise on our exam, and the question is that Ministry of Ayush recently signed a MOU for the nutrition campaign with which ministry? Then your answer will be Ministry of Women and Child Development. Okay. Second question will rise on your exam that Ministry of Women and Child Development has cooperate for the nutrition campaign with which ministry? Then your answer will be Ministry of Ayush. Okay. Who is the Women and Child Development Minister? Then your answer will be Smriti Irani. Yeah, this is very, very important, guys. You will have to learn that the Women and Child Development Minister is Smriti Irani. Okay. They both have the signed an MOU. What is the abbreviation of MOU? Then your answer will be Memorandum of Understanding. Okay. So here you can see that the MOU aims at time-tested and scientifically proven Ayush-based solution being adopted to control malnutrition. We have already discussed that these are that first one is at Anganwadi Center and the second one is yoga program. These two types are the very, very important for your upcoming exam. Let's have a look for the second news, and here is the second news of today's session, and the news is that the center launched a national conservation strategy for Indian 100 rhinos. Okay, rhinos. So here you can see, let's have discussed some key points regarding this news. So here you can see that the Ministry of Environment initiated National Conservation Strategy for Indian Forest owned rhinos. It was launched by Union Minister Prakash Javadekar. Rhino Conservation Initiative have also enriched posture management as it helps mitigate the negative effect of the climate change. What is the National Rhino Conservation Strategy? Let's have discussed. A strategy was introduced to conserve rhinos with more than one horn. The aims to strengthen conservation, expand distribution limits, research, monitor and work for the conservation of the rhino species under the adequate and sustained funding under 5 objects. Okay. If we talk about what is the background, so here you can see that the India is home to a large number of greater 100 rhinoceros in the world. The rhinoceros population is more in Assam, West Bengal and UP. Okay. In the early 20th century, the 100 rhino was the near extinctions with the population of less than 200. Rhinos are the only large mammal species in Asia listed below as threatened in the International UN for the Conservation of the Nature IUN Red List in 2008. Okay, I hope you'll understand each and everything in details. Now let's have discuss. We have already discussed each and every point which is important for your upcoming exam. Now let's have discuss that which type of question will rise in your exam regarding this news. Okay, so here is first question which will definitely rise in your exam, and the question is that the center launched a national conservation strategy for Indian one or owned for which species? Then your answer will be rayons. Okay, rayons. Rhinos. Okay, rhinos. Next one is that the Ministry of Environment initiated the National Conservation Strategy. You will have to learn this line. Okay. Next question will rise in your exam that who is the Union Minister? Okay. Okay. That's all. Okay. Let it be, guys. Here is the some important key points that National Rhino Conservation Strategy. What is this? Here you can see. What is the aim? Yeah, aim is very important about this initiative. So here you can see that the aim is to strengthen conservation, expand distribution limits, research, monitor and work for the conservation of rhino species under the adequate and sustainable funding. Okay, for 5 objectives. Okay, so we have already discussed each and everything in details. I hope you'll understand. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment box. Here is the next news of today's session, and the news is that the Rajya Sabha passed the 2020 Indian Information Technology Act Amendment Bill. Okay. So here you can see, guys, that the Rajya Sabha recently passed a bill, 2020 Indian bill. What is the bill is this? So here you can see that the Indian Information Technology Act Amendment Bill. Okay. Now let's discuss some key points regarding this bill. So here you can see that the Indian Information Technology Act 2014 and the Indian Institute of Information Technology Public-Private Partnership, that means Triple P, Act 2017 are a unique initiative of the Government of India. It aims to impart knowledge in the field of the information technology to provide solution to the challenges facing the country. The Triple IT Laws Bill 2020 was passed in Lok Sabha on 20th March 2020. What is the main characteristics behind this news? So here you can see that the Triple IT Laws Amendment Bill 2020 encourages Triple IT to promote the study of information and technology IT through the innovative and qualitative methods in the country. The 2017 bill will amend the major acts of 2014 and 17. Also, the bill will declare 5 IITs and the institution of national importance in the public-private partnership. Mode in Agartala, Bhopal, Bhagalpur, Raichur, and Surat. Okay, actually that is Raipur. I think that is Raipur. Okay, guys. Okay. And Surat by providing statutory status under Triple IT Triple P Act 2017 National Status given importance. Next one is with this status and the bill passed, institution will be entitled used to nomenclature of Bachelors of Technology, Masters of Technology or PhD degree issued by the University of the Institutional of National Importance. Here you can see that bill will enable to institutions to attract sufficient students required to develop a strong research base in the field of the information technology in India. Okay. So we have already discussed each and everything in details. If you let's have discussed that which type of question will rise in your exam regarding this news. So here is first question which will definitely rise in your exam, and the question is that Rajya Sabha passed the 2020 which bill? Then your answer will be Indian Institute of Technology Act Amendment Bill. Okay, that is not Triple IT, that is the Double IT. Okay, IIT. Okay. So we have already discussed all type of question. Here are some important question you will have to learn. Guys, you will have to learn these places: Agartala, Bhopal, Bhagalpur, Raipur, and the Surat. And also you will have to learn the abbreviation of triple P. Now here I want to discuss the one more thing with you which I have not mentioned in this particular news. So guys, there are two abbreviation of triple P. First one is public private partnership, and the second one is purchasing power parity. Okay, we all have discussed about the public private partnership. Now I want to some key points want to discuss with you about the purchasing power parity. So basically the meaning of purchasing power parity is the comparison of one things to other. That means if you have 100 rupees, okay, I want to discuss, I have take only 2 minutes, okay. So for example, if you have 100 rupees, okay, and you can purchase the bucket of the some particular items, okay, and you will have to spend the 100 rupees for that particular bucket. In that bucket there are some there are some basic items which you have using usually on the daily basis, like toothbrush, tongue cleaner, and uh, toothpaste or other things, okay. If you have 100 rupees and you have a will to purchase this particular bucket, okay, now there is an another bucket in that for that bucket, if you want to purchase that bucket, so for that you will have to pay the 110 rupees. If we talk about the first bucket, so you will have to pay the 100 rupees for first bucket, and you will have to pay the 110 rupees for second bucket. So the difference of the 10 rupees is called the purchasing power parity. Okay. That how many power to your money to purchase more things in that particular certain amount. This is the meaning of triple P, purchasing power parity. And here we already discussed what is the public private partnership. Okay. I hope you'll understand each and everything in details. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment box. So here is the next news of today's session, and the news is that the government launched Yuva, a platform to prepare the careers of the youth. Okay. So here you can see that recently government launched a platform which name is Yuva for the prepare of youth career. Okay. Now let's discuss some key points regarding this initiative. So here you can see that the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports and United Nations Children's Fund have signed. That means Ministry of Youth and Affairs, Sports and the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, have signed a statement of intent with Generation Unlimited, a global multi-stockholder platform in India. This information was passed by the Union Minister of State, Youth Affairs and the Sports, Kiran Rijiju. Okay. What is the Yuva? Let's discuss some key points regarding Yuva. So here you can see the project aims to support young people by providing entrepreneurship classes both online and offline with successful entrepreneurs and the experts. It aims to establish an entrepreneur mindset among young people, create economic opportunity to connect youth with employment opportunity, including creating adventures to connect them with the employment or self-employment. It will engage innovative solution and technology platform to maximum scale and reach. It will provide career guidance support to the youth through career portal and through job readiness and self-discovery session. Okay. So we have already discussed each and everything in details. Now let's discuss that which type of question will rise on your exam regarding this news. So here is first question which will definitely rise on your exam. The question is that the government launched a platform to prepare the career of youth. Okay, what is the name of that platform? Then your answer will be Yuva. Okay. Second one is that recently government has launched the Yuva, a platform to prepare the career of youth. For that, uh, between which two organizations signed a MOU for that particular Yuva or for that particular platform. So your answer will be Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports and the United Nations Children's Fund organization. Okay. So guys, basically, I want to say that if question will rise in your exam that who is the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports, then your answer will be Kiran Rijidu. What is the abbreviation of UNICEF? Then your answer will be United Nations Children's Fund. Okay. Okay. So we have already discussed. So basically, the aim of this Yuva is to protect the to encourage the youngsters, young pupils for support to the uh, entrepreneurship, providing the entrepreneurship classes through the online as well as offline. Okay. So for encourage the career, for encourage the business and all. Okay. I hope you'll understand each and everything in details. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment box. And here is the last news of today's session, and the news is that recently, International Peace Day was observed on 21st September 2020. So here you can see that the International Peace Day is observed on 21st September. This day is celebrated to strengthen the ideals of peace between all countries and peoples. The day supports non-violence and ceasefires. Okay. So what is the theme? Let's have discussed. I have already told you many times that theme is very important for of any day. Okay guys, if you will learn any day about the any days, so you will have to learn the theme of that day, which is very very important. So here you can see that the theme of the 2020 International Peace Day is shopping peace together. Okay, the theme is shopping peace together. You will have to learn guys this line. Okay, the theme focuses on spreading kindness, hope among people around the world. This theme encourages people to stand with the United Nations against effort to promote discrimination or hatred among the epidemic. Okay. So what is the history? Here you can see International Day of Peace was established in 1981 by United Nations General Assembly in 2001. The UNGA unanimously designated the day's period of non-violence and the ceasefire. The United Nations aims to honor ending hostility during the day. The day was established to educate the people and make people aware on the peace related issues. Okay, so we have already discussed each and everything in details. Now let's have discussed that which type of question will rise in our exam regarding this news. So here is first question which will definitely rise in our exam, and the question is that recently International Peace Day was observed on which date? Then our answer will be 21st September. Second question will rise in our exam that on 21st September which day was celebrated? Then your answer will be International Peace Day. Okay. What is the theme? So your answer will be theme of the International Peace Day is shopping peace together. Theme is what? Shopping peace together. Okay. If we talk about, so here you can see that the International Day of Peace was established in which year? So in 1981 by the United Nations General Assembly. Okay, you will have to learn the what is the abbreviation of UNGA. Then your answer will be United Nations General Assembly. Okay, so we have already discussed each and every point which is important for your upcoming exam. So that's all guys for today's session. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me in the comment box. So guys, here you can see the screenshot. So basically, a screenshot of the quiz. So basically, I want to say that if you want to give the quizzes on the daily basis, so for that you will have to go to the Google Play Store, download the Entry app now, and don't forget to register your mail ID, your phone number. After that, you can give the quizzes on the daily basis. For that, you will have to go to the you can give the quizzes on the daily basis, and according to that you can analyze yourself, and according to that you can boost your preparation. Also, you can visit our YouTube channel. For that, you will have to go to the YouTube, type the banking 2.0. After that, you can subscribe the channel, and don't forget to tap on the bell icon. So guys, don't forget to like, comment and share this session as much as you can. You can share this session with your colleague, relative, friends, whomever you are studying right now. Also, you can share this session on your social media platform like your Facebook group, your WhatsApp group, your Telegram group, wherever you are available. You can share this session. Okay. So don't forget to like, comment and share this session as much as you can. Thank you very much for cooperate with me. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.